that I'm here to deliver something, so let me make myself available. I want you to be with me for a moment here, because in this moment, I'm going to create a foundation. I want you to really be aware now of what it is that you say the Creator is. Not what you've heard, what the Creator is. I want you to be keenly aware of what each one is saying, what you believe the Creator is. Because I live in a universe that says, it's done unto me as I believe. That's a law. It's done unto me as I believe. So it's important that I am aware of what I'm believing. Would you say so? Yes. If my belief system is creating my experience, it's important I'm aware of my belief system. And society is going to try to distract me from that, because it wants me to have its belief system. But it's important that I'm aware that the universe is operating to me on what I believe. Is that foundation clear?
Yes.
Good. When the Creator is all that there is, and there is no other, when everything is under the divine order of perfect intelligence, divine wisdom, and knowledge, by that sustains and maintains all that it has created in perfect peace and perfect harmony. The moment I accept that is the moment I began realizing that what I'm experiencing is what I'm manifesting into form. Now today's topic is mask. How many are wearing a mask? How many are wearing the mask that the Creator created you with? Or how many is wearing a mask that you made up? Well, what I'm coming to realize, because everything is in a divine order, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what mask I'm wearing. What matters is knowing the reason I'm wearing the mask. See? And if I'm acknowledging a mask, I have to come to the realization that the only thing that I'm seeing is what I'm wearing, or I have worn. Let me identify what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Meaning, I may not be wearing that mask that I'm seeing right now, but if I'm acknowledging it, I've worn it. How other way could I have acknowledged it? See? I've had to have the experience with that mask, either wearing it or acknowledging that somebody else is wearing it. But what I've come to realize is that if I'm acknowledging that someone else is wearing it, it's only because I'm still wearing it somehow. Come here with me here. Okay? So the purpose, because everything is in a divine order, under the orchestration of love, the purpose is to find out, now what's the purpose of me wearing this mask? What's the purpose of me acknowledging that mask? Because if I'm still holding a mask of, say, anger, which I realized that I was holding a few weeks ago when I really lost my cool with my sister. How many have siblings that you can lose your cool with? Now remember, everything is in divine order. So when I really lost my cool, and I acknowledge I lost my cool, I really kind of got in my sister's face and I threatened her. But I allowed myself to feel the vibration that I was feeling. And that message to me said, you got some work to do, boy. Because I know too much now. I know whatever I was angry with had nothing to do with my sister. You see. So I had to go do that work. I had to get still. And I couldn't go into my head and try to figure it out because my head is not going to let me figure it out. Because my head wants me to stay angry. You see. So I had to take 2 or 3 days to fall into my heart because it knew the answer. And I realized that my sister was revealing to me that as much as I thought how spiritual I was still angry. There was still a little part of me that was angry. And guess what? It's the siblings that I said yes to being my siblings was revealing to me the message or the information or the value or the purpose that they're my sibling. Because at that moment, my sister was revealing to me, unbeknownst to her, that she was revealing, Ron, you're still angry. Watch. I mean, it didn't matter what I'm not. So it happened, and I went and I took a look at what was I really angry about. Well, my family is kind of steeped into alcoholism. I myself had a 23-year drug addiction mixed with drugs and alcohol. My father was an alcoholic, and my siblings are all alcoholics. And it's like, what's the message here? You see, if God is all that there is, everything is in a divine order, then there's nothing wrong here. That was the first thing I had to remove. Something being wrong. How can anything be wrong when God is all there is? So it made me open up to what's the information here that is being conveyed that is important for me to have in order for this evolution of God to take place. Because that's all that's taking place. It may look like we're separate, or it may look like we're some special creation. However, we're still emanations of the Creator. The Creator is all that there is. Each creation is experiencing this Creator in their own unique way. So each one has a unique way to experience the Creator. There's no right or wrong in it. A lot of information though. A lot of information being conveyed in the behavior of human beings. But the only human being that I want to look at is this one. Because this is the only one I can change. You see. There was a lot of information that kept me angry when I was utilizing the spiritual jargon and information and truth to deny that anger. I mean, identify what I'm talking about. Okay. So in order for me to be free, I had to get in touch with that. And that's how the Spirit is operating. Spirit has my best interest at hand. I may not at times, but Spirit is loving me unconditionally. Spirit knows the purpose of me being here. So therefore, it knows how to prepare me for that purpose. So what I come to realize when I really got still and began opening up and removing all my judgments on my experience. How many still have judgments on your experience? Mm-hmm. You see, when I removed that judgment from my experience started telling me all its secrets. It started telling me the reason for every experience I had. Because every experience is really a preparation for the purpose of being here. What I had to accept, I didn't know my purpose of being here. How many are seeking your purpose of being? And in truth, it was really telling me just be. Quit thinking about how to be. You see, I'm realizing that it's in the thinking that I start putting on all these masks. I mean, identify what I'm talking about. You see, how many are realizing that these masks that I put on now it's time for them to come off? How many have a hard time taking them off? Right. See, here's where I get to go deeper into what's the belief that has it in place. What was my reasons for being angry? Well, sometimes it's little subtle reasons. You know, a little subtle reason of, I need to be better than my father. But see, what I come to realize is that where I shared that from was from a negative, judgmental place. I need to be better than. That's a judgment. See? Because life is evolving. So it is becoming more. What's being asked of me is let it. See, take my hands off of it. See, let go of my ideas, concepts, thoughts, and beliefs, and let what's really real begin revealing itself. Every mask has information behind it. See, when I take the mask of abandonment, that mask of victimhood, now I may think that that's something very negative that can take place in the human experience. However, when I make myself available to the positive information that is being held in that, I get to realize that I can never be abandoned because God is always with me. Now what that's going to do is going to make one check their belief. Is God enough? That becomes the question. Is God enough in my experience? Or am I thinking I'm lacking something? And now I need to get it. Because when I have that thought I need to get it, where is my mind? Where is my consciousness? Where is my attention? See? And if it's in lack, how can it be connected with the source that's sourcing and supplying all needs? Where's my attention? Is it on the mask of lack? See? Because when I get behind that mask, nothing looks good. When I get behind that mask, I don't have anything. When I get behind that mask, I will find myself sometimes gasping for air. Let me identify what I'm talking about. You see? Because there's an anxiety that comes up wearing that mask. I'm lacking. I don't have something. Now I need to get it, but I don't have the means. I don't have the resources to get it. Wow, what is this about? How many can see a doomsday in that type of thinking? How many can see a giving up in that type of thinking? What if the world is thinking that way? See? Now what I've come to realize, I can't change the world. Matter of fact, the world don't need changing. The world is perfect. And the reason I say it's perfect is because it's showing all the mask that needs to be seen to reveal how one is believing. See? When I'm seeing, be aware of what I'm seeing with. How many know what I'm talking about here? How many realize that when I'm not seeing as the Creator sees, I'm creating or making up chaos? I'm making it up Because everything in the eyes of the Creator is in perfect and divine order. But I'm going to be with my experience, because I cannot deny that. And my experience is saying that I'm not living in that. So if I'm not living in that, what am I making up that I'm living in? I need to be aware of this. Because no one is making me be this way but me. See? Everything has been in a perfect and divine order. Now I went deep with this. Because I asked myself, how in the heck was slavery a divine order? Well, there's going to be a lot of things that's going to happen that man may not understand. But it's not asking for my understanding. Matter of fact, Scripture tells me not to lean on that anyway. You see. But there is something going on that needs to take place for this evolution. And I've had to realize I'm not going to know what that is all the time. But it's not asking me to lean on or to rest in what I don't understand. It's asking me in those moments to lean on and rest in the trust that the divine order, that perfect intelligence, divine wisdom, and knowledge knows what's going on. It knows what needs to be. And it knows how it is to be. The how is not my business. If I'm going to get behind these masks, or if I'm going to really find the reasons for these masks, I have to let go of the judgment that precedes them. And if I'm seeing a mask as a judgment, I've missed the message. See? So when my body temple, which is my communication piece, lets me know that, Ron, you just saw that as a judgment. How many identify what I'm talking about? How many identify that when there is a belief or a thought that moves through your body, and if it's entertained, your whole body is in it? You experience it, you see. See, this is a power that needs to be understood now. I cannot afford to be distracted by the media. You see. That's a big mask in itself. And I don't think that that mask is having my best interest at hand. But what's the information there for me? What's the information? How many are participating in someone else's idea of life rather than your own? Each creation has a unique opportunity to reveal the face of the Creator. Everybody's face is not supposed to look the same. See, everybody's behavior is not supposed to look the same. Every flower don't look the same. The river don't look the same in every moment because it's moving. Life is expanding. It's becoming more. It's evolving. It's not going to stay the same. But every moment in life is casting the information that's necessary for me to be in the evolution of it and enjoy it. Not be afraid of it. I listened to the thought that I've read many times, maybe as a kid, which was yesterday. Man may have meant it for bad. Spirit means it for good. So no matter what experience one may have to be deemed negative, throw away that label and make yourself available to what was the purpose of this happening in my experience at this particular time. There's information. Each person here has a responsibility to be as the Creator created them, not as the society says we're to be. Now that's going to take courage and kindness. I like that theme in Cinderella. Because it's in this moment that I can get out of the way. And I can allow that knows to have its way with me. And then I become a witness to something new. If I'm going to allow God to be God through me, as me, and all about me, I must surrender now what I think and allow what is to be. I'm grateful today to know that each person here feels that vibration. And without trying, we're going to allow this vibration now to move through the body temples and the minds of each and every person we come in contact with now. We're allowing the divine order of love to have its way. Get out of the way. It's far grander than we can imagine. Peace and blessings. I guess I was finished. The lights came back on. Ushers, can you come forward? This is our time now for circulation.